Liberation Day happened, and what only thing that was liberated from you was more of your money. So what happened? This president passed all these tariffs. They were illegal to begin with, using all these different reasons and rationales for doing it. Supreme Court came back and said, no, you have to strike those down. Problem kind of solved? Not really. Because if the corporation paid a tariff to customs, guess what? That corporation's about to get that money back. And we're talking billions and billions of dollars. Are you going to get that check? Nope. Even though you, as a consumer, probably spent more than $1,000 last year just because of tariffs added to different products, you're not going to get that money. Two people are going to get to keep the money. Number one, the corporation is going to get to keep that money. So even though they basically tax you, and Trump tax you with a higher tariff, you now aren't going to get anything, and they get to keep it to basically pad their profits. The other people that are going to make it are the insiders, Howard Lutnick's kids, who bet and bought some of the debt that came from this. So, for example, there is some shady, Wall Street thing you can do where if you are a corporation and you don't want to, necessarily pay 100% for your tariffs, you can sell some of your tariffs to another corporation. And then should you get the refund, that corporation and that entity gets the refund. So to make a little side hustle money, what happens is these corporations will say, hey, I have $100 million worth of tariffs. Can I sell you $10 million worth of those? If those tariffs come back and get, reimbursed to me, you can get to keep it. I get my 10 million, you get the 100 million, essentially the $90 million profit. Sounds shady. What's even shadier is Howard Lutnick's kids. Both of them led a group of investors that basically went and bought up a lot of these tariff promises, and now they're about to cash in.
There's been reporting about Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick. He's facing questions from Congressman Jamie Raskin, a Democrat from Maryland, he says he's allegedly profiting from the Supreme Court's ruling to strike down tariffs. Raskin wrote in a press release, quote, internal documents reviewed by Wired, that's a media publication, news media publication, revealed that Cantor Fitzgerald, a firm where Lutnick's son is chairman, apparently engaged in a scheme to pay 20 to 30 cents on the dollar for tariff refunds, betting that the courts would reverse the administration's tariff policy and securing a staggering 3- to 5-fold return on their investment. Now, in a social media post, Cantor Fitzgerald denied the allegations. Quote, we want to reiterate that Cantor Fitzgerald has never executed any transactions or taken risk on the legality of tariffs. What do you make of this all?
Well, I think we're seeing many officials in this administration profiting and really expanding their wealth. I mean, it's not just Lutnick's sons potentially. It's also, look at Trump's sons. Look at the business dealings that they're having. Look at their crypto and Bitcoin investments. Look at every time Donald Trump travels, he stays at a Trump property. That is money going back into the Trump infrastructure. And so I think to what Shermichael was saying earlier is people in power have to be held to the same conduct and standards that we do across the board, whether it's at companies or small businesses. And there are people in power abusing that. And I think this administration allows some leniency when it comes to members of their cabinet or their friends. And that's frankly not right.
So Trump got you on both ends on this. He got you on the tax side of it because you paid taxes for quite a while because of his tariff. And now all his buddies get to be rich in the process of it. So Trump took us again to the washer.